Open defecation is a practice whereby people go out in field, bushes, forests, open bodies of water to defecate. This Nigeria's age-old culture has stubbornly held sway in many parts of the country, in spite of the rapid urbanization being witnessed across the land. A report by a top UNICEF official, Zaid Jurdi, in 2017 revealed that Nigeria is a third country in the world whose about 47 million citizens are steeped in the practice, followed by Indonesia with 31 million people.
Even for reasons of decency and the fact that it challenges our status as human beings, we should have transcended that situation. I think that we should find more civil and civilized ways of disposing the waste from our bowels than openly defecating on the fields like animals.
Defecation to me is a problem now in Nigeria, and it's very, very embarrassing, very, very uncultured and unmannered to our attitude as good Nigerians. You see a very matured man or woman is openly being defecating in the street, and you go to our street or go to corners around and you see diseases here and there.
The uncivilized culture that continuously cast a blight on the country was described as a sign of underdevelopment. India is said to have highest number of people practicing open defecation of around 525 million in the world. The populace engage in such ugly practice either due to lack of access to toilets, poverty, poor toilet facilities, lack of awareness, as well as lack of behavioral change to promote the use of toilet. The phenomenon constitutes public health hazards such as diarrhea, intestinal worm infections, typhoid, cholera, hepatitis, polio, among others.
Open defecation, and the rainy season has just begun. This water will wash that feces and go and contaminate this. Like you heard him, the explanation he gave about shallow boreholes. It will now go and contaminate that water, and that is the water that the water vendors come to fetch and are taking to the going to sell to households. So this is the main route which we have identified.
When you talk of the either microbes or microbes associated or vector-associated diseases, or rather we call it vector-borne diseases, where the flies, as you just go and pass in an open area, flies will come and land on the defecate. We carry the defecate and the microbes also to the food or water we drink. And such, we just take it unknowingly and we get infected.
Accordingly, it can also pollute the environment. With the growing population in towns and cities, the ugly culture should engage the interest of the country's political and health authorities, not only because of its obvious negative image on the society, but also due to the grave health implications, especially on the children, who are the most vulnerable.
Government's deliberate investment in health, sanitation, water supply, and all the things that are needed to ensure that people don't engage in those kind of activities. To public enlightenment, that we should be able to understand the implications, especially on health and other things, but also ensure that we ourselves deliberately imbibe those cultures, not just relying on government to provide toilets for us. We ourselves should be able to do so.
And initially, I would like public, or rather government, to play a role in controlling hazards associated with open defecation, because it's an avoidable hazards, in the sense that government can create health talk or education, hygiene, more especially on hygiene, on how people pass their stool. At the same time, they may intervene in villages. They will help in digging toilets. Yes.
While government should persuade the communities to understand the health and economic consequences of defecating outside, there is also the need to coerce people to stop the ugly practice by adopting methods and passing laws that are more stringent and have a top-down approach. Above all, attitudinal change on the part of the citizens is paramount. Hilda Jesselia Duma, 26 Weekend File.